Okay, so today I'm going to be showing you how to construct an angle, how to draw an angle to a specific degree size. So to do this, you're going to need your pencil and eraser, although I'm using a pen. You're going to need your protractor, and you're going to need a straight edge of some kind. Now, if your protractor is like mine, it actually will have a straight edge along the bottom, and you could totally just use this. If not, if you have one of the ones that has more of a curved at the bottom, you are going to need a ruler. Okay. So if I wanted to construct or draw an angle that was exactly 60 degrees, this is what we're going to be doing. So to start off, step one is you're going to draw a vertex somewhere on your paper. So there's my vertex. It doesn't need to be too big. In fact, you don't want it to be too big. So you're essentially just drawing a dot. Okay, next step is you're going to take your protractor. And just like when we're measuring an angle, you're going to put the center point of your protractor on top of your vertex. Okay, the next step is you're now going to put a dot on either side, depending which way you want your angle to face. And we know it doesn't matter which way your angle faces, really. So you're going to put just a dot just right on that baseline or right on your zero edge line. So I'm going to have mine right there. Okay, so you're going to end up with just two dots a little bit apart. And of course, the next step is you're going to connect those dots. So you're going to take your straight edge. Now again, if you have, it's very important that you're using a straight edge for this. You don't have to use a ruler. If you have just the edge, you can use the edge of your protractor. But if you do not have a protractor that has a straight edge on the end, then you will have to use a ruler. So you want to make sure that you're really you're lining these up very carefully, because it is going to make a big difference if you don't line them up very well. Okay, so at this point, what I have drawn now is going to be the bottom arm or the bottom ray of my angle. Okay, so the next step is you're going to take your protractor back and you're going to put your center point back onto your vertex, and you're going to line up the baseline or the zero edge with the bottom arm of that angle that you've drawn. And now comes the hard part. This is the easy part. Now comes the hard part, although this isn't too hard either. So you need to find 60 degrees, where that 60 degrees is. So just like when you're measuring, you're looking on your protractor and you're thinking, okay, I have to find that 60 degrees. So here is 60, but then here is 120. And then over here, I have 60 and I have 120 as well. So just when you're measuring, you have to use what you know about angles. You have to use your knowledge about how we classify angles to determine which 60 are we going to use. Are we going to use this 60 or are we going to use this 60? Well, I know that 60 degrees is an acute angle. I know that because an acute angle is less than 90 degrees. So I know that this is going to be less than 90 degrees. And if I used this one, that would actually be an obtuse angle, and that would probably be the 120 degree angle. So I know that I'm going to put my dot, and I'm going to put just like we did, like just a little dot or a little ticky or a little mark, because that's just telling me where that 60 degrees is. Okay, so I'm going to take my protractor away. So I've got my arm here, and I bet you guys can all guess now what we're going to do. We're going to take that straight edge again. And we're going to line up our straight edge, and we're going to connect the dots, just like we used to. Okay, so some people would say you're done now, but you're not done. At this point, what you want to do, the next step is you want to actually take your protractor and you want to measure that angle. You want to make sure that you haven't accidentally used the wrong scale, accidentally used the wrong guidelines, right? We know that sometimes if you're going like that, I chose a 60 degree angle, which was pretty easy, but if I had chosen a 63, I wanted to make sure I was going up and not down, so using the wrong guiding numbers, or sometimes just maybe not being as precise with your straight edge as you need to. So I'm going to go and I'm going to measure that just to make sure that I've got it right. And as you can see, it's pretty much right bang on, okay, at 60 degrees. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to label my angle, put in my numbers, add in my arrows for my rays, and I have just constructed a 60 degree angle.